Now, can I get a like for that sexy spawnade? So, I just finished masturbating and taking a piss and eating waffles. So, I am ready to record a commentary. What's going on, everyone? My name is Billy No! And this is totally Taco Tuesday time together. Ha! And, I got myself some Eggo waffles cooked with a microwave. And, I'm pretty sure that is like the epitome of college, you know? Too poor to have a toaster in my room, so I'm cooking my fucking waffles with a microwave, and they're all soggy, and I don't have any syrup, so I'm just eating them with my hands and all. But they're chocolate chip waffles, so it's all good. But anyway, like I said, this is totally Taco Tuesday time together, and we're gonna talk about some bitches and some hoes, but mostly bitches. Oh no, we do have a hoe in this episode. Oh, hell yeah. Stalker hoe. So, let's see. Where we last left off. God damn, I still can't talk today. I mean, it's been a week since I recorded a commentary. You would think I would learn how to speak by now. Apparently not. Where I left off, Casey was being kind of lame. And, not just kind of lame, but, I mean, she was just... Well, she didn't really do anything. We talked later and sorted things out, and her and Dylan never had a thing, but her sisters decided to fuck with me for some reason. But anyway, I forget. Oh yeah, and I dated Kate. Kate date initiate. So in this episode, I suppose I'll move on from that. That would make sense. So, after I told Casey to never talk to me again, I suppose I went through a dry spell / discovery of myself. That was when shit really went down for me, and I kind of rediscovered who I really was. I know that sounds totally weird and all, but I don't know, for anyone who's gone through a major struggle in their life, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Although you may not know what the struggle is. Chances are you don't, because I don't know who the fuck you people are. But for some reason you like listening to me ramble about vagina. So anyway, during this period, like, there were a few girls who I was talking to. I made out with this one. If any of you know what a scene girl is, I made out with this one scene girl. That was pretty cool. She was a bigger girl. Her name was Mandy, but I mean, she was pretty cool, and it was fun, and she had big old boobies. Never got to touch them, but I got to look at them plenty. Oh no, I did get to poke them. That was cool. That was really cool. I got to poke her boobies. And you know, I was a 16-year-old, so that was like the best thing ever. But after that, another dry spell, and then around Easter I started dating this one girl who was like a family friend. I went to prom with her for my junior year. Her name was Lauren. She is actually another half Indian, half German person, and I'm pretty sure we're the only two in the world, and it would have been really cool if we had ended up getting married or some shit, just because we would pop out little half Indian, half German babies. And she was actually pretty attractive. Like, you look at me and you go, ooh, half Indian, half German, bad combination. Come on, you can do better than that. But you look at her and you're like, you know what, alright, that is working for her, you know? She's got some tan skin, and she was small. She was like less than 5 feet, and I like short girls, I really do. They're maneuverable. But no, we dated for like a week, and all we did was make out at the dance a little bit. But then, like right after that was when I went, actually before that was when I went through my major change. And then after that, I just kind of went through another dry spell until, well, actually no, it was only like a few weeks after that. And I went to my friend, if you remember Joel and Tess from the second episode, they were the ones who hooked me up with the white trash girl named LaBranda, and she, actually, I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen, because for Halloween this year, I went as a ghetto hooker. Named myself Labranda in her honor. So a picture should be up on the screen right now. I am the one with the green hair and all that, obviously. I promise I'm not gay. I just have gay tendencies. But anyway, so I go to a birthday party for Tess, and it was, oh, that's right, her birthday was actually 420. I don't really know how I remember that. I guess just because it was 420. But I don't do drugs, so I don't really care about that. I just know that it's an important date for stoners. Ouch. That was my phone that I just hit with my elbow. So I meet this girl, Shannon, at this party. Oh boy. Shannon was my first real relationship. But before that, like, at the party, it was dark, it was a bonfire, I couldn't really see her or anything, but I was the crazy ass at the party doing all that stuff. I like being the center of attention at times. I don't know, that's kind of my thing. Oh, by the way, score of that game, 61-2. I thought it was pretty beast. Sorry to interrupt there, but I just thought that was awesome. I had to clear out my hard drive of like all of these Black Ops games before Modern Warfare 3 comes out, and they all go to waste. So, right, Shannon. I meet her at this party, and they were originally hooking her up with... Okay, this is where it gets confusing. It was my friend Joel's uncle, but his uncle is actually younger than him. So, after he was born, after Joel was born, his grandparents had sex and popped out a kid. I mean, that's like disgusting, but that's how it went down. But Jack was a cool guy. But anyway, they were hooking this Shannon bitch up with him, and I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't really care. I was just at the party to have fun. Wasn't really looking for anything. But he didn't seem interested in Shannon at all, to the extent that he didn't talk to her at all, and I was the only one at the party who was talking to her. And it was dark out, I couldn't really see her. I thought, you know what, she seems pretty cute, and it looks like she has big boobies, which she did, but they were very saggy. Oh, so saggy. Oh, to the floor. Ooh, disgusting. Saggy boobs? Big boobs are awesome, but if they're saggy, it's a no-no. Trust me, I didn't believe it at first until I saw hers, in the flesh, but seriously, saggy boobs are a no-no. But, anyway, I ended up talking to Shannon on the MySpaces afterwards, and, it was pretty cool, because, I don't know, we were just kicking it and all, and, she started talking about, I don't know, it was pretty obvious she was flirting. I didn't really say anything or anything like that. But, so I started flirting back, and I decided, okay, well, maybe I'll hang out with her, see where it goes. And then later that night, I actually, I texted someone, I don't remember who. It was Jack. I texted him, and I was like, hey, dude, I've been talking to Shannon, but, I'm not going to do anything, because I know that you were originally being hooked up with her. But then I told her that, and she called me, and we ended up talking for 4 hours just about life and shit. And I remember there was some story about how she thought she ran over someone when her mom was driving or something. I don't know. Maybe that explains why she was a crazy bitch. But so we hang out over the weekend or something, and I had lost my license at this point because that was part of the reason I didn't have a girlfriend for the longest time, actually. But I lost my license because I got in a car accident, and here in Ohio they'll take away your license for anything like that. So my mommy dropped me off at her house, and I mentioned that because it's important for later. But we ended up pretty much just making out the whole day because her mom was uber responsible and just decided to leave two 17-year-olds in the house alone. Great parenting, right? Sorry about that. Once again, I had to cut because my roommate walked in, and you know how I feel about that. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. So yeah, she leaves, or her mom leaves us alone in the house all day, and we just make out the whole time. And I got boob. I got real booby in the flesh. I got booby. But see, this is the time where I realized, ooh, she wasn't as... Okay, this is a shitty thing to say, but she wasn't as attractive as she was at the party. Just like LaBranda. I guess I have a bad habit of doing this. But, I mean, I wasn't gonna let that stop me from dating her or anything. So, on that day we started dating, because I really didn't want to be a douchebag about it or anything. So then, fast forward a week, we were texting each other, and basically she told me that she was wanting to fuck me, and I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm totally okay with that. Looking back, that was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life, because, I mean, like I said, I'm a theology major, I'm a Catholic, I think premarital sex is a bad thing. I'm gonna get into that a lot later, and, go into an in-depth discussion about that, but just know that, looking back, that was a bad decision. So, yeah, whatchamacallit, right, so then we, eventually, we decided we wanted to do the bases properly. So first we did just take an hour to I did my whole thing in her hoo hoo, and she put her mouth all over my hee hee, and yeah, I'm not gonna get too descriptive about that. That's as much as you're getting out of me. But she eventually, a week later, we fucked. And that was a bad thing. In a new relationship, you never want to have sex that early. I mean, I personally think you don't want to have sex at all, but especially that early before you really know the person. I thought I knew her because we had talked a lot and we had done all that shit, but, you can talk to someone for, 2 years, and you won't really know them until you start, really being around them for 2 years, because people just have certain mannerisms and certain things that they do that'll just bug the hell out of you for no reason. And to be honest, I can't remember what it was that she did that bugged the hell out of me, but after about a month I was just sick of her. I wanted to be out of the relationship, and I didn't really have a reason. I just didn't like her, and I had told her I loved her and all, but at this point it was I gotta be honest, I don't. Obviously, I never told her that until the end, but actually, the way I broke up with her was kind of funny, because eventually I did decide, okay, this is just too much, I'm done, and she texted me. And I said, look, we need to hang out tomorrow. I need to talk to you about something. And we talked a little while that night. And eventually she said, do you still love me? And all I said back was, it's debatable. Which is kind of a dick move. But I was honest, right? Honesty. Yeah. So, that, after that, of course, she called me and I had to break up with her over the phone, which I didn't want to do, but that's how it ended up going down. So yeah, that was kind of shitty. But the really shitty part was after that, she started getting all depressed and shit, and it was natural. I could understand it because I was the first guy she had sex with and all. And, she was, talking about how she was thinking about suicide and shit, and I was like, no, that's no good. Don't do that. So I had to, stay her friend to talk her out of that. But I was working at McDonald's at the time, and, she came over to McDonald's while I was working, because she had texted me. She did this all the time. This is one of the things that bugged me. She would text me 5 times before I had a chance to respond, and if I didn't respond, it was the end of the world and everything was going to shit. So that happened because I was fucking working. I couldn't text her back. It was damn, bitch, give me a break. I'm getting a little impassioned here. Damn. So, I told her, I was at work when I got off. I was like, hey, sorry, I was at work, what's up? And she goes, I was at your work for an hour and I never saw you there. You were not at work. Da, 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 da. And I was like, dude, I've got the clock out slips if you want to see, because I was working in the back, so obviously she never saw me. I was working on the drive-in, and yeah, it was after that, after she just straight up like stalked me at my work, I was like, you know what, no, I'm done. Just please get out of my life. Do not talk to me anymore. She has actually contacted me recently to try to, I don't know what, but I guess I'll talk about that next time because I am running out of time here. So that's Totally Taco Tuesday time together. Please let me know how you're liking the series. But bye everyone, I love you.